Gamers fans, how you all doing?
How you guys doing? We're back for another Fairy Tale 100-Year Quest, Chapter 4.
Amazing Almina. Sorry. Yep. What do you thought about this chapter, man?
This chapter was good, and nice try with saying the name.
Yeah.
I hope we got it right.
Almina, yeah.
But everything, I like this chapter. It was different.
Oh, yeah.
I like the underworld concept and the water arc.
Sorry.
Underwater arena. The way is different from what we used to from the other side of the world.
Yes.
So
I actually liked it too. It reminds me of the Little Mermaid kind of thing. Under
Yes.
the sea, I was like, whoa.
All I was missing was a song.
Yeah, like all I needed to play out the song when I'm reading that manga.
Yeah, it's literally like because they literally had the fish, they literally had a shark. I think they had a crab. No. Did they have a crab?
The lobster again? No.
I think they had a lobster. I'm not sure if they had a crab.
Sebastian. No,
Yeah.
they don't have their own Sebastian.
But
only the fish guy was like like a host.
yeah.
Kind of thing, yeah.
So that's pretty dope. But other than but I really love that concept. I like the ending, the tail. But we're not gonna go to that because that's me jumping all the way to the end.
Alright, yep.
But I really love the water thing. It was very different from what you used to. So far,
Right.
sorry to you really fairy tale lovers, but there's some people also that hate fairy tale because about the friendship. But I really love the 100-Year Quest so far. I'm really loving the thing, the story, better than the original or other than the other 5 side stories that exist. But I'm really enjoying this one.
Yeah, same here. This is more serious. It's actually having a better story as well.
Yes.
I'm kind of liking this story much better, and like I can't wait for the fight scenes. There's not yet any fight scenes.
I hope it's different.
Yeah. Yeah, I pray for that too.
And honestly, I feel like it is different, even though it does me jumping the gun. But
we're like predicting. We're like guessing. We don't know anything yet.
But I feel like it will be different.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
I mean, it's like this art style wise, it's
Looks
always
the same.
beautiful, and yeah, it's really similar to Hiro Mishima's usual work of art writing.
Definitely.
So hopefully the fighting is different, and it looks beautiful as always as well.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start going into this
Let's
chapter.
go.
We learned that the city town Almina it submerges underwater
During the nighttime.
during the nighttime.
And they have to take, they have to take a water.
Some kind of medicine thing that had like a poison skull on top.
And it's funny how the host says, "Do not drink it."
No. Drink it, or else you're not gonna be able to live here.
Oh yeah. Drink it until you live here. But then if they're supposed to drink it, why put a skull on it? So I'm like,
Yeah, it's like this
shouldn't
is
be
so
something more
sketchy.
friendly?
It's so sketchy, and you're like,
And like-
is this, you wanted to drink poison?
like all of them were staring like, interesting. Everyone was just staring like, are we supposed to drink this?
And you don't even see that they would do it. And next thing you know, in a few cutscenes.
It shows that they actually did it because they
Yeah.
could breathe underwater without having any gills.
Yeah, and it was pretty funny. And it was like we go straight to Gray. He wakes up like, oh shit, I'm underwater. I'm like, wait, I can breathe.
Yeah.
I can talk. Wait, what's going on?
Because it seemed like he was the last one to actually wake up.
Yeah, and after that, the scene of the beautiful city underwater, and it was fantastic.
It felt like the Comic-Con trailer from Aquaman. It felt like that, like a scene of that drawn. I don't know if he got some type of inspiration from drawing that scene. Probably did, but it was really beautiful.
It was really dope.
It was.
Let's just move on to the next part. Like a little bit before that. Remember the whole comedy stuff? We saw like a fish. Like when it wasn't submerged yet, the host was a fish.
Yeah, the host was fish.
And like you see Happy all excited, hey fishy,
Yes.
what are you doing?"
And there's a really about it, but then the fish host wanted to stay in his fish form and just continue trying to surprise him, and that's hilarious because he literally got up after one of them grabbed him, and he literally was just all lopsided.
And like Natsu just grabbed him by the tail.
Yeah.
And then just turned back, and you see Happy all depressed and everything.
Yeah, like
'Cause he really wants to eat the
I
fish.
want to eat the fish.
And
Just
like,
adding.
a little bit before that too, they also said, and then we learned once they were in submerging water, like when they were asked, "Are you really human or really fish?" If you really to ask it, we were actually really fish. So like, what? So technically, all these animals and all these fish has magic in them.
Yes.
That they're able to turn human. That's really cool. that's interesting. Also, that's more.
I have a theory more to that once we get to the thing of why they get mad a bit more, but let's continue.
Yeah, and yeah, it's really interesting because I'm thinking like the animals in this continent and country that has magic in them that can turn human, communicate and talk. And that's really cool. That's new.
It's different.
That is very different.
It's different. That's why I like this concept more of the world building. Finding that we get to know more than other than just guilds. We see different type of magic possibilities. So I really love that.
Yeah, and that's cool. I actually like that part. Yep, the poison. True form of the town is when it's underwater.
I really did love that. It was pretty dope. But I wonder how do people. I wonder the concept. Does the surface go down or the water goes up? What's the way it goes?
I think water goes up because at night it's high tide. The moon is out.
Yeah.
So then the town would get submerged over water.
So that means the land has sewers where the water is below them. So that's how the water goes up.
Actually, they're actually near the port of the ocean, like where the ships and like ocean and stuff.
Then the water goes over the land.
Yeah, it's gonna submerge up, and that's like how we cover the entire town in water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's kind of like Atlantis, but only during the nighttime.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
And it kind of explains why like there's not like people. It's kind of almost abandoned kind of town because you only see them during at night with the fish because they're fishes. They're all fishes.
Yes.
Or sharks or whatever.
And the sharks actually grab a lot of bikinis.
Oh, not the shark, the fishes.
Well, one shark grabbed the bikini of Urza.
Yeah, for Urza. Right. Because the moment Gray mentioned the Dragon Lord, the Water Dragon Lord.
The Water Dragon Lord, yeah.
Yeah, the god or whoever that takes over the town, the entire fish
got angry. They got fierce. They want to attack them
they
and hurt
actually
them.
mentioned that you're just like the people from before. It makes you question, wait, so there's already people that are there before.
They are looking for them. So do you think those people that were from before, do you think it's those two people from chapter 3 ending from the ending panel?
I thought from the chapter 3, I thought that guy was the Dragon Lord himself.
I didn't think that. I felt like he was a servant for them, but it seems like the 8 that could be a servant for them still, or B, those people were actually looking for the Dragon Lord as well, and actually could be working for somebody else.
I mean, it would be interesting because like I guess there are other people that wants to kill the Dragon Lord himself, even though like we didn't even know they existed in the first place.
I have a theory about that as well.
So yeah, that was a little. There's still some like we don't know much about it yet. There's still some holes, but there's still much more time for it to be developed, which that's perfectly fine. And after the whole, they were being chased by fishes and stealing bikinis and stuff like that. And you have to run away. And then we go straight back to the Fairy Tale Guild.
Yeah, Fairy Tale Guild always has to come back because there's always some type of side story that might connect to the end. That might connect to the A story.
Yeah, and like we find out Gajiel and Julia are still investigating Toka. It's like we have this case on a tail, and then you just see
Smooth Gajiel. Smooth Gajiel, right?
Smooth Gajiel.
That's what we have to call
criminal.
Smooth Gajiel. Right there.
And then you see Toka have a tail. It was like a black and white tail.
And I find that very interesting because it seems like she's part of that, one of those islands. Because it seems like the water dragon has fishes and another dragon has animals in the forest or something and forestry.
Kind of part of the beast.
Yeah, part of the beast or something
so
like that.
Maybe like a beast dragon?
Probably. Oh, that'd be pretty.
That
would be pretty cool.
Badass.
Probably is it from the mythology or for the name, but is it the lion with the wings and then
Manticore? Yeah.
It could probably have that lion face and then wings of a dragon and then the legs of an eagle.
Right.
So probably that could be something like that. And then some people in the land has parts of animals too, has claws of animals, and that could be possible. That's another theory that I just thought of.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I think that's really all I had, like
for your notes.
For my notes, really.
Before we go into theories, one thing add to us, because I have 2 theories that I want to talk to you about. But do you have anything else to add for your notes or any more comments?
Really, the only thing I could say is that you know, like the poison, or not even the poison that they drank, not only boosts their be able to talk underwater, breathe underwater, but actually swim even better.
That's what I'm saying. Their speed also in water is tremendously fast for just humans.
Exactly. And I'm wondering, where can you even go? You're underwater, and I'm pretty sure those medicine can have like a time limit, no?
I think it has a time limit until the next day or until it's sunrise.
Right, that makes more sense.
So I think that's what could be possible.
So yeah, I think that's the theory I would have. Like, try to swim away back up to land somehow and regroup. And reprocess this and think of what to do.
My third I want to ask you. So we are 4 chapters into Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, right?
Yep, loving every minute of it.
I'm loving it too. But I have a question. Don't you think it's weird that we have the first guild master that doing this quest and he has never actually gone out? Well, we know that he went out in the flashback of the first page only. That he was walking away and we had 3 people there being dead, and then
they're like hanged.
And then a town being destroyed. But don't you think it's weird that he wants people to go for him and do his doing his quest, doing his mission? Don't you, like, my feeling, because I was rereading chapter 1 and 2. Do you have a feeling where he has a plan behind all this, that he wants to take over the world and he needs to get rid of these 5 dragons before he does that? Because the reason I asked this is because he said these 5 dragons have been peaceful over years. Agnolia never bothered them, and they never bothered Agnolia, so that's why people don't know about them.
Right.
So that's why we never heard of them in the first series of Fairy Tail.
Correct.
So don't you think that's weird that he actually wants to bother them and get them out of the way? So he probably has his own mission to control the world or do something after Agnolia, because he is a dragon himself. So don't you have a feeling, just a curiosity of this little small theory I have?
I get it. You're trying to say he's a little shady, maybe. He didn't really say kill the 5 dragons, just said seal them up.
Seal them up.
So that, like, we know that they can cause potential danger, but we never seen world destruction potential danger yet. And I guess that's, like, we could see that. Because it's been 100 years and nobody was able to complete the mission, the quest and stuff. I think for him, it's a special case, because he has the Dragon Slayer magic, but he's not really a dragon.
Yeah.
But I think he's like one of those people where he can't leave the guild, he can't leave this house, because this is where he's dead, but he's haunting the place in a way, you know.
So it's like it's like our own master from the Fairy Tail.
Right. Like the first master.
The first master of Fairy Tail. She was a ghost to everybody else that did not have the marking of Fairy Tail.
Correct.
Everybody else could see her if they had the marking in part of the guild.
Yeah.
So like her, that if she left the guild, nobody will know her except one person, Zara.
Exactly.
So do things like that. That's what he had to
I think it is gonna be like that, or like, you know how ghosts and spirits need their unfinished business to get through. I guess after that quest gets finished, unfinished business, I can go back to heaven, or like I can die peacefully.
You don't believe that he's a shady person or has anything behind?
I mean, it would give us a better idea of him being the real villain of the entire this Fairy Tail 100 Years quest thing.
It could be possible.
Let's bring up some stuff. And you're right about how it's so weird where the 5 dragons never started a war with each other, or like or colluded with each other and started a war with the world into destruction and stuff like that.
Could be.
But maybe because the 5 dragons don't trust each other that sort of way, or they don't want world domination or that sort of way, or I guess maybe like the most angriest one would want world domination, the most calmest one wouldn't want it, and then one would like just like, you know, like I don't care about world domination. You guys do whatever you want.
I appreciate your thoughts on my little small theory I had. It's just something that been going on in my head.
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys have been liking also Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest like we have. But before we go, what's your rating for this chapter?
4.5 out of 5.
4.5 out of 5. Honestly, I will agree with the same 4.5 out of 5 because this chapter was interesting. It gave more of a world building.
Right.
The underwater idea it gives us more of a different ways to have magic other than being a dragon slayer, regular magic, and also the keys. So I love that concept.
Right. Yeah, it's all It's all been clean story, great art. Fantastic.
And it still keeps Mr. alive. So, so I really love that so
Definitely. Far. And like the reason, I mean, even half a point. The reason it's not that nothing was really bad. It was just still more world building. Yeah. Nothing really happened. Of course. Yet. So until something really builds up, I'll give it that 5 out of 5.
Same way, like we can give 5 out of 5 to every chapter or to every series. We still need one. Until we mind blown every panel and everything, then we will give that 5 out of 5. Of
course.
But overall. Anything else to add before we go?
I'm good.
Alright, so it's perfect. So guys, as always, and keeping it fresh, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at AnimeLatelyGNG.
And guys, we have a fan Facebook page called Anime Lately Officials, where we talk about geeks, mangas, animes, Naruto, Boruto, anything you want to talk about, My Hero Academia, that sort of stuff. We also have a fan like page. Check that out. Like the page. We also do news.
Yes, and guys, we also have a Geeks Gamers server. So we also talk about anime and manga, everything included, where we could continue the conversation down below. So please join.
And guys, we have Geeks Gamers has a podcast. It's Geeks Gamers Radio Network, where you can check us out in Podbeans or iTunes, respectively.
And guys, if you want to support us, support the brand, support the company. We appreciate that. I appreciate that. Everybody from the company appreciates that. So thank you very much. Support us on Patreon, Geeks Gamers.
And guys, like,
comment your thoughts,
subscribe,
and guys, turn on that bell notification to be notified when we upload our videos. And guys, everything that we have said is down in the description down below. All the links, everything. So guys, #fairytale.
#fairytale forever.